YouTube, and on today's video I'm going to be talking about the PSP Hyperkin HDMI cable that came out a little while ago, but I'm just now getting it because, well, I haven't really had a use for it up until recently. Was it worthy of my purchase? Let's find out on today's video.
So starting off right here, we have what PSP games look normally while using component cables, and as you guys can see, it looks pretty good. In my opinion, the PSP's graphics are really fantastic for their time, especially when you consider that it's a handheld from 2005. And the game I chose to show off for the component cable demonstration is Soul Calibur, because this is one of the best looking PSP games in my opinion. But, so yeah, the regular component cable quality looks pretty good, I think, at least. So now you guys are seeing some of the footage of the Hyperkin HDMI cable. This is not using the zoom feature, this is just how it looks normally, and I'm being completely honest with you guys, I don't see any difference between the Hyperkin cable and the component cables. So Hyperkin doesn't claim that this does any HDMI upscaling or anything of that variety. So naturally enough, I shouldn't notice a bump in resolution or anything like that, but I am glad that it does match the quality of the component cables at least. So now you guys are seeing what the games looked like while they're using the zoom feature. So this kind of just emulates what it's like when you zoom in on your TV normally. So again, Hyperkin doesn't claim that this does any upscaling or anything like that. And it's a really good thing that they don't claim that, because you guys can start to see some of the pixels and jaggies and things of that variety. And it's not that this looks bad now or anything, but you can definitely tell that these games aren't meant to play at this stretched resolution. Now, personally speaking, I am fine with this stretched resolution. I think that the games still look good, and I prefer my HD systems and stuff taking up my entire TV screen, just because I get to see more of the game. But that's a preference thing and not something that I know everybody will enjoy. So next up, I figured I would play a few other games to kind of get a better feel for the cable and whatnot. So I'm playing some Frogger Ancient Shadows, I believe is what it's called here, and it plays how it should. I don't notice any input delay or input lag, which I know is a lot of people's fear when it comes to playing game systems from this era on HD TVs, but I'm not noticing it here, and I think that's probably because the PSP was designed with 480p, 720p resolutions in mind, so me playing it here in my 1080p TV, I shouldn't really notice input lag if there is any. And again, playing it with the zoom feature, it doesn't look bad or anything like that. It is a little more pixelated, but again, like I said, I kind of am fine with that. And lastly, I'm testing out the zoom feature with this game called Hexxus Force, which is a pretty sweet little RPG I've been playing through lately. I very much enjoy it and highly recommend it, but that's not a place for here. But yeah, though, so again, like I said, the zoom feature, it pixelates things a bit, it does stretch them, it is stretching the image, but I'm fine with that. Like I said, I think it really just comes down to a preference thing. I know some people really hate when they see these games stretched, resolution stretched and whatnot, but it doesn't bother me at all, so yeah.
Alright, so overall, can I recommend the Hyperkin HDMI PSP cable? Yes and no. It really just comes down to whether or not your TV setup has HDMI or component cable support or not. So if your TV has component cable support, no, just because the cable doesn't do any upscaling or anything of that variety, and it doesn't look that much better than regular PSP component cables. The zoom feature on the cable is very nice. It's a very convenient feature, but most, if not all, TVs have a built-in zoom feature on them, so having it here on the cable is kind of a little bit pointless. But for me, in my setup, personally speaking, something like this is just really convenient to have because I have most of my stuff going through my HD Hypo capture card that uses HDMI. So for me personally speaking, this is a very convenient solution. And like I said, the zoom feature, it's not that it's useless, it is very convenient to not have to zoom my TV in and out whenever I want to play PSP games. It's just not something that's a very major convenient solution, so it really just comes down to whether or not you have a TV that supports component cable on whether I can recommend this cable or not to you. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you like this video, like it down below, comment, subscribe, all that good, wonderful stuff, and, you know, peace.